Hey there, my name is Pravus, and welcome to more Against the Storm. Last video went extremely well with a trade build, surprisingly. Turned out fantastic. Now we're gonna head up this direction. I wish we could get a little bit more foodstuffs, but this is the best option if we want to pick up the Monastery of the Holy Flame, which we have seen before, and it does make the game a little bit harder because we can't forbid food consumption or favor any species. But you do get some extra artifacts and machinery, which is tempting. The scary thing is, if we do want to go this way, we can, but we gotta go through the Cursed Royal Woodlands. I haven't done that yet, so that's a little bit on the spoopy side. By the way, one problem with going for the Herbalist Camp upgrade that we did last time at the Smoldering City is it takes 5 points and I only have 4, so we can't even do anything with it, dang it. Let's go for the Harpies and the Humans just to lock both of those in, though I am hoping we are going to get some Beavers, probably for our next group. Let's see. Yeah, Storm here is especially dangerous and the forest is more hostile than anywhere else. This is going to be challenging, is what I'm picking up out of this. Very challenging. Restless spirits can be found in the forest, and glades are all the same size and you have no idea what danger they are. Oh, good. So we have to be afraid of absolutely everything on this map. Yeah, this is going to be tough. This is going to be really tough, but it's going to feel great if I can pull it off. Alrighty, so we'll get resin, plant fiber, and roots. That's it. Things that make sense coming from a tree. There is no stone on the map. There is meat and insects, so that's good. So we can make jerky, maybe. There's sea marrow as a source of fuel. Looking for anything else. No grain, no herbs. And no coal and no copper. Okay. So I have a little bit of an idea how that's all going to work. So let's go ahead and pick up some stone since we're otherwise lacking that. And maybe just a bunch of extra food to be safe? Sure, let's take all of this. But again, the inability to forbid food consumption is going to make it a little bit tricky to get things like jerky up and running, because I would otherwise like to tell people not to eat the raw meat so I can turn it into something better later. But now we don't have much of a choice. All right, let's jump into it. Let's see how it goes. We got 4 impacts under an open sky. Villagers with this penalty have soaked clothes and get -5 to their resolve. At level 1? Ouch. Oh, not greater threat again. All right, so glades are extra scary. Blight rot mutation. Production buildings generate blight rot during the storm. Okay. And grim fate. The forest will claim a villager's life during every storm at level 7. Yeah, all that's terrible. What do we get for something that's good? Gain 5 reputation points, 0.5, for every dangerous or forbidden glade completed during the drizzle season. Timing that is a little bit tricky, because it usually means you need to crack into a glade during a storm in order to have a chance to fulfill it. That's not actually that's not a great modifier for me. This is going to be a horrible map. A truly atrocious and horrible map. Okay, I'm not looking forward to this. Let's get our basic setup, though. We're going to get for our roads, we're going to go for some wood cutting. We're going to go for some sort of food production. What do we have over here, by the way? This is plant fiber. Okay, good to know that that is there. So yeah, scavengers camp. I don't know. Just the standard lineup. Standard lineup to start. Everyone get going. It's going to be fine. Let's wait for our first cornerstone and our first round of orders to have some idea what we're going to be working with. I am hoping we're going to get beavers, but if we get lizards, it's okay. We might go for a resolve build, depending on how that all works out. Who do we have tending the fire? A harpy? No. Swap that out for a human so we can get less impatience. And for now, let's just get a whole bunch of people chopping down wood. And we'll worry about the rest a little bit later. Bada bada boom. And we'll set you guys to avoid glades so we don't accidentally cut into something and find out that it was a dangerous glade. This does mean that the peaceful free glades are larger. There might be a chance of them having more resources inside them. I don't know. But this fog is a little on the scary side. It's like I'm in some sort of a Snow White horrorscape. First cornerstone. What do we get? Fuel recipes are faster. Okay. Villagers learn how to travel the wilderness. Trade routes are faster. Okay, and every newcomer has extra groups of people. That leads to extra hostility, which is a bit scary. But extra people could be helpful, maybe? I think between all of these, I'm probably going to go for the crowded caravan, but I don't love what we've got. What's our first option here, by the way? Trapper's camp we will need, because there are definitely sources of meat and insects on this map. Herb garden, forager's camp's not bad because there are vegetables as well. Tinkerer would be great. That's a new thing for us. But I think we're going to end up going for that trapper's camp. This seems like a no-brainer. I think we pick that up no matter what. Kiln for fuel. Could be helpful, actually. Carpenter, also very good. Weaver, pretty good. Provisioner. I just need to know if I'm going to go for a trade build, actually. That's kind of what I need to know. Am I going for trade here? Or am I going to go for a more self-sustained economy? Let's see what our first orders are looking like. We have Crack in the Glades. Well, complete 1 or complete 2? Which one is better? This one's obviously easier. And gives you more people. Plus jerky, plus parts. This one gives tools. Yeah, I guess we go for the easy one there. There's 2 glades again. It's exact same. Sure, we'll pick that up. Why not? And then get some tools. Well, if we can crack into 2 glades, we'll finish this automatically and we get a bunch of other stuff. Easy. This is going to be a very good early reputation setup, but none of those feel like they enable long-term economic prosperity. And that's kind of what scares me here. So I'm kind of tempted to go for something standard like a carpenter, but wait, there was no copper on this. I'll have to make crystallized dew. We may have a hard time making tools. Fabric is okay. We know we can get some plant fiber. That's fine. The kiln is good to solve any of our fuel concerns for the rest of the game. And it definitely does a good job at that. No problem. Not the provisioner, not yet. I don't know if I'm going for a trade build here. I feel like the carpenter is probably the better way to go, but it's close. They're all pretty solid. We get the kiln again, there's the smokehouse, and there's the weaver again. Wow. We're being offered a lot of the same exact stuff. I don't know what to make of this. The fact that we have a weaver works well with the fact that we have harpies, so it's okay, but I don't need trade goods or trading gear. Unlocking coal and bricks are really useful to me, so I think we're gonna go for that. Okay, I don't know if this is the right call. I just know that this is what I've committed to. There's no point in second-guessing myself, except that I inevitably will. We're just gonna keep going. Get the kiln going. It's gonna be a while before we can use any of this stuff, but seriously, it's gonna be so darn helpful being able to turn logs into a lot of coal. It actually means I'll be able to pull back on the number of woodcutters I have, and I'll still be fine on my fuel. I'm gonna go for a little bit of early housing here. I just kind of am anticipating that this is gonna be a rough first night in terms of our resolve, so at least getting people a little bit happier will be a little bit better, maybe, kind of, sort of, I don't know. Gosh, I have not played in the Cursed Royal Woodlands before. I just know that from these impacts, this is definitely gonna be probably the hardest map that we've played so far. Doesn't mean it's gonna be the worst playthrough, just means it's gonna be a tough one, for sure. Okay, first clearance coming to an end. The storm will be here shortly. Curious what kind of ghosty goos we're going to be seeing around. I'm going to start producing the bare minimum planks and fabric I need to get something like a carpenter up and running. Then I'll go for something like a kiln. The fact that we're going to be getting extra people actually means I'll be able to set up some industries a little bit faster, including keeping a kiln running at all times. So that's going to be a pretty helpful boost for me. Resolve's all right, despite the fact that we're in our first storm. All right, so far so good. I mean, it's very early on, but, you know, I'll take what I can get. What do we get for a cornerstone? Wood production goes up, but harvesting and planting are slower. Okay. Over-diligent workers, for every plank produced, we get barrels. I like that. And then urban planning for trade routes. We're going to go for the over-diligent because the barrels could help me with some of these glade events. You never know. At the very least, they could make for some decent trade goods elsewhere later. We can go for beavers for sure. Clothes, vegetables, a little bit of pottery. I think I value that more than I do some of the grain. Let's go for that. All right, and that does mean that we are going to be swapping these guys out for beavers for absolute sure. Let's have our best people working on it. And we're up to 1 hostility level. Yay. Okay, carpenter is ready to go. Let's have people working here right away. Turn off the planks. We do need to have at least a few bricks in order to make ourselves a kiln. And there's not much else we're going to be able to do this season. I don't want to crack into a glade yet because I don't know what to expect. If we can just get our housing taken care of and start producing some useful things like the planks, then I'll feel like we're in a pretty good position. 2 new orders are coming down the pipeline. What do we have? Grain? Ugh. Or trade goods? Ugh. None of these are good. I don't want to do this one. I don't think we're going to go for a trade build. It hasn't quite worked so far. I don't love the idea of buying a load of grain, though, because we don't have any other way of producing it. I guess we're going to take this one, but it's not good. We may not get that one done at all. And now we have to do trade no matter what. Oh, good. Thanks for this. Okay. Right, the small farm plantation herb garden. If we're going for a farming build, this is best. Or we sell stuff. I mean, I guess at the very least, being able to produce fabric a little bit better is okay. 5 trade routes. I didn't want to do it, but we can do it. This is not... that's 2 really bad orders in a row. 2 really bad orders in a row. Okay, now we're starting to make some coal. We've got our housing needs met at the moment. I don't need to make any more fabric. We've got 4 sitting around just in case. We're able to crack open some glades at a moment's notice. And we do have to resolve, like, 2 events. That is an early requirement, otherwise the impatience is just going to be unsustainable for us. But the good news is we're still at 0 hostility level. So even when the storm comes, it's not going to be that bad. I'm tempted to say we should crack into one of them during this storm so that the event gets resolved during that. Then again, it depends a little bit on the event, right? So every cycle is what, 4 minutes? A lot of events take like 6 minutes to resolve. Maybe I need to crack into one like almost starting now? You think? Could be. I don't know. What kind of other resources do I have to work with? Only 10 resin? Like, that's not enough. I know we're gonna need more of that. We got some planks, some bricks. No, we don't have any bricks. Bricks are something I can make here, and that's okay with me. It's our best source at the moment, though it's also not something I need right now. And we are starting to make some coal. I'm gonna say stop burning our lumber and only take coal, please, because it is a few times more efficient. Yeah, definitely better to be only burning coal from here on out. That should let me start building up a proper wood stockpile. All right, well, it's storm time, and right now everything's looking okay. I say we crack into one of these. Let's just go ahead and only cut down marked trees. Let's find out what's inside here, and let's give it a crack. We already have some blight rot, huh? That feels really early on, if I'm honest, but okay. We'll go with it anyway. The thing is, I'm really worried that once we crack and open in this first glade, we're going to end up getting up to 1 hostility level. And it's going to cost me so much resolve. Yeah, like that. Exactly. Wow. So what do we have here? Ghost of a resentful human. Do I have 2 events? Oh, no, I do. Well, that's no good. Okay, this one takes 30 minutes to solve. Uh-huh. All right. Destroy all luxuries. And if it does not have them met in 30 minutes, it just vanishes away. It is requesting 10 human houses in the next 30 minutes. Okay, what are the rewards? The contents of the chest are unknown. Weird, weird, weird. Okay. Well, as far as this totem of denial, I guess I'll use the coal, and let's go ahead and start cracking into this sucker. So this will take 3 minutes and 30 seconds. Yep, by the time that we finish with this, it will still be a drizzle. I do love the idea of having this, but we don't benefit from Harmony because I haven't unlocked the maximum tier of our hearth. So I think the only real option for us is to salvage this, get a load of food, but also some scrolls and some crystallized dew. Maybe we use that to make tools, do education, something, I don't know. What else do we have here? Fertile soil, clay, meat, and mushrooms. Okay. So is every one of these glens gonna have a scary, upset ghost person? Because that concerneth me greatly. Another cornerstone, what do we get? Reinforced axes, really good wood production. Yes, that's good. We could become really good at producing mushrooms, because I will be collecting a bunch of these. Or there's leather. Actually all of these are really good. I think I'll take the reinforced axes because I'm running kind of low on lumber, so being able to chop this stuff down fast is good. It also gets me faster access to things like resin and plant fiber and so on, which I can use, hopefully, to resolve some more of these events. As far as some newcomers, I don't know, how about the bricks? I feel like I don't have any bricks, and just having a few around is probably a very useful thing. So, I guess apparently I need to be making a lot of human houses, huh? That's what the ghost wants. Humans deserve to be treated better than the others. Well, that's racist. Okay. Yeah, build 10 human houses, then spend resources, get a reward. Wowzers, this is weird. Let's go ahead and start producing a little bit of meat. I feel like that could be helpful. What do we have here? Clay deposits. Okay, that can get me roots and copper as well. Good to know. The mushrooms lead to insects, and this can get me leather. Yeah, we could have been very good at producing leather. Wouldn't have been the worst idea in the world. So what do we get out of this again? Gain reputation. Right. So by timing this right, we get some extra benefits. I assume that this kicks in as soon as we complete the event before we've even salvaged it. Otherwise, well, that would be very, very annoying. Yes, we do get some reputation that away. Perfect. All right, we have solved an event. We get more people plus some jerky and some parts. Okay. Done with that. With the extra people, I'm honestly not too sure what to do. Is there anything we can gather that would be useful? Not there. Stonecutters, I guess, for some clay just for now. What do we get for reputation? Plantation? No. Ranch? Shouldn't need it. Forester's hut? Shouldn't need that either. Weaver. Yep. All right. We'll just become really good at producing some fabric now. That's not ever a bad thing. Get another couple of orders. What do we have today? We need to have a neighborhood. I can do that, and that boosts up my plank production. Alternatively, burn a bunch of cysts. Now, see, we've done this before, and it feels like unless there's a specific modifier that creates a ton of them, this takes a long time to come to fruition. I'd rather get this tools and better plank production, I think. All right, have 10 humans and make them happy. Well, the ghost would like that a lot. Or make clothing. Also become really good at making leather and more coats. This is only useful if I get the right type of building for it. This is something I'm going to do anyway. That said, 30 resolve is kind of a lot. And we need 10 humans. I've got 9. This is doable. It's just going to be hard. This gives me a better economic boost. I'm going to try for this one. And here's hoping that that actually is a doable thing. We need to get a trading post up and running, by the way. That's kind of important. Because I need to find out if we're going to be getting some grain so I can fulfill this whole human influx thing. I'll buy it, and then I'll happily sell it right back. I don't even care. First trader of the game, what do we get? Nothing useful. Okay. We could buy some tools. There is also a tool shop, which would take a lot of amber that I do not have at the moment. So that's not going anywhere at the moment, but oh well. Yeah. Crystallized dew production would be a very tempting perk, only because there's no copper on the map, so this is a way of getting tools. We may not be able to produce our own tools this game, which scares me a lot. We don't have any tools at the moment. We could sell some barrels, but they're not worth much. Resin's worth even less. I don't have anything to really sell you right now, if I'm honest. But okay. Anything else we could do? Not really. This is going to be a rough map. I just don't see any way around it. This is going to be a really, really unpleasant and rough map. I would love to get my hostility down a lot. If we could at least get this, just keep this under control, I think we'll be all right. All right, it's time to crack into another glade and see if there's anything exciting in here. And by exciting, I'm hoping nothing too crazy, but it is, you know, storm time. Okay, what do we get? Okay, this is an easy one. Nothing scary happens here. Don't have any tools, though, so I can't crack into this, even though the reinforced needles is actually a pretty darn good perk for me right now. Pretty darn good. Dare we crack into another one right now? I don't know if we'll be timing it correctly if we do, but we could sure as heck try. As long as it's fast, maybe we can cut into this thing over here and find out if there's another thing to resolve. That said, do I want something else to resolve? Yeah, I want to complete another glade event. Because if I do, I get a couple more reputation, and I desperately need to find out what's going on. That said, I think we've timed this incorrectly. How important is it to me that I get the extra half a reputation? Pretty darn important. So let's actually hold off on this for now. We'll come back to that in the next storm, I think. Another cornerstone. Mushrooms? No. Blight extractor? No, probably not. Urban planning? I don't like any of these. Reroll. So, didn't we already get this? We can get even more barrels. Wow, that's interesting. Rich glades means I don't have to crack into as many of them. Yeah. Let's stack up on this. 2 modifiers of this. We're gonna get 6 barrels every time we make 10 planks. That's interesting, because I can definitely use that in a lot of different ways. All right, what else we have here? Some parts no matter what. A bit of grain, sure. We'll start making progress toward that, I guess. If only I could get some gosh dang tools, I would happily get into that thing, but I can't. And we don't have any provisions either. How are we doing on food? We're really good on food. Yeah, we're producing plenty of good food, and we're doing fine on fuel. Honestly, our economy's on the up and up. We're just not getting some of the absolutely crucial stuff that I'm going to need. I feel like I don't have a choice but to go for, like, a rain collector, but I don't have a way of making crystallized dew. Yeah, that's not going to cut it. I want to start making tools. I need to be able to do that so I can get into some of these glades and feel confident about getting in here. And even if they don't have anything to do, they might have a small cache, and I assume completing those during the drizzle also gives me reputation, which means I can keep the goods and still get some pretty awesome benefits. I need that. Desperately, I need that. Also, this darn racist ghost. Well, let's just go ahead and start collecting some of this dew anyway, I guess. Maybe at some point I find a way to do it, and I'm going to want to have a lot of spark dew sitting around. Also, some events can be solved using spark dew, so since I've got a lot of people sitting around and not a ton to do, I feel like just sending a couple of harpies over here to make use of their alchemy skill could be fairly smart for me. I'm very wary of the lack of resolve for my harpies. That could become a problem pretty quickly. Actually, you know what? Spark dew would make the ghost happy. And I'm not too far off of the housing request. I just have to build a couple more human houses, and we could actually fulfill this. Yeah, and this is something I should be able to fill during the next drizzle segment. We should be able to finish this up pretty soon. I just need a whole load of spark dew, which we are producing at a pretty reasonable rate, I would imagine. Another order. What do we get today? Ale and a tavern. Well, I've fallen for this one before. Make beavers happy, become really good at producing roots and berries. This is just leading me to think that if I could find a way to make rain, we could get a lot of value here. All right. None of that really works. I kind of wish there was a re-roll on the orders sometimes. That would make my life a little bit easier, I think. We can at the very least upgrade my ancient hearth all the way up to a neighborhood. So now we're getting some of that global production speed as well as a little bit of extra global resolve. Never sad to see it. Always very helpful. All right, well, we may want to crack into another one of these in a second. How are we doing on that spark dew? We have 16 right now. That's kind of short of the 30 I'm needing, but it's not too outlandish. Trader arrives, become very good at making fabric. There's a small farm. Hello. That seems like something I want. There's also a forger's camp. So this would let me make grain. Yeah, it would. It would definitely let me make grain. I could sell a wildfire essence. I could sell... She doesn't want any, like, coal or anything, which is unfortunate. I could sell a load of excess plant fibers. I could sell some excess cloth. I'm very good at making these. In fact, I probably shouldn't even sell any of the plant fiber because I'm so good at making cloth that this will always be a more cost-effective option, right? Pretty sure. Yeah, 1-to-1 if I recall. So that's the 17 that I'm looking for. Then I just load up on some amber, and we start making farms, I think. Oh, gosh dang it, she's charging me a premium for amber. Of course you are. Why wouldn't you be? You're so fun. Fine, we'll sell you 10 resin as well. Boom and boom. All right. So that solves my farming issue. Now it's a matter of getting a good location for it. Over here would work fine. And we'll start producing some grain, and with grain, I'll be able to make ale. Not oil, ale. Also oil, I think. There's some tools from the advanced district, plus we're better at making planks now, so that's helpful. And a little bit more reputation. What do we get? The smelter. Hey, crystallized dew. Even better, a brickyard. Okay. That works for me. The oil's not bad, if I recall. Yeah, you take some grain, and it produces a pretty good profit in oil, actually. And the flour's not bad either, to be honest. Being able to do that would be nice. But I think this is the winner. I need to be able to make crystallized dew. I'd like to be able to make my own tools. Being able to produce better bricks is good, and pottery is good because I have clay. Like, there's no losing with this one. The brickyard is a solid choice. So I'm very happy with that. Also, we have fulfilled our need for tools. I'm going to hold off on this one just in case it takes away the 5 tools, and I need to have it as an emergency option to deal with the ghost. Though I don't feel like that should be too much of an issue. Let's go ahead and try cutting into another glade. Had to happen sooner or later. We're going to find out what's in this thing, and we'll see what of events we can resolve. We're up to level 2, and resolve goes down by a lot. Ah, this is terrible. It's horrible. Okay, hang on. We can pull back on all of our harvesters and try to get down to just level 1, and that brings him back into the positive. Okay. Okay, what do we find in here? We do not find anything negative. We do find a small encampment with some people. We can finish this one pretty easily, and it would technically be a Glade event being resolved during the drizzle. So this would make sense to do. It only takes 1 minute, though, so we can hold off on that a little bit. There's some more plant fiber, and there's some sea marrow. All right, we were very worried about this one for nothing. This one's completely fine. Harvester's camp is out of stuff. Fantastic timing on the plant fiber side of things then. I just need to build out 2 more houses. We should be delivering the last of the spark dew. We're up to 29. Actually, can we please get a little bit more over here, a little faster? We have a few minutes to go on this. Over here, I will happily get some newcomers. Alternatively, I guess there is some amber. We don't need the people. But, oh, yeah, well, hang on. There is something to be said about getting the amber instead. As long as we resolve the event, I guess it's fine. I don't need the extra people. We're getting a lot. Religious settlement. No, that's not going to work for me. Traders arrive. No. And then silent looting. Every open cache reduces hostility. Yes. Reducing hostility will be very, very helpful for me. So I have spark dew. I've got houses. Spirit, I am calming you. Boom. What do we get? A crate with stuff in it. Skewers, pigment. Really? A perk. Okay. And... really? Every time we discover a glade, I get some reeds and clay. Huh. Okay, so resolving the spirit issues is actually really quite good. That's what I'm taking out of that. All right, what do we want as far as some more people? Let's go for this one, I guess, for some bricks. Let's turn in this one, get some tools, turn in this one, get some other stuff. We get a lot of reputation, bada boom. Okay. Grill, leatherworker, clothier. We did say we wanted to do that, and a smithy. I already can make tools at a level 2 rate, so this doesn't help me. This would allow me to get coats, but this does the same thing and better. Just unlocks more options. So yeah, that's the obvious one. Temple, bathhouse, explorer's lodge, forester's hut. This is good if we want to farm crystallized dew. I don't know that I want that. I think we can do stuff with brawling, right? Let me take a quick look-see here. Yeah, training gear is an option. We'd have to use crystallized dew and stuff to do it, but we could. And by the way, this should be set to allow us to start making our own tools now, please and thank you. In fact, I'll say that's a very high priority. So yeah, we can do training gear. I don't think we can do anything else, though. So if we're going to be picking up one of those kinds of buildings, the Explorer's Lodge would make some sense. We could also reroll. And to be honest, I'm kind of tempted to reroll. I think I reroll. Monastery, Guild House... Plantation, Rain Mill. Well, this would let me start getting some flour, and if I wanted to start transitioning toward making high-level food to get resolved, that could work. The Guild House is good for a trade build and if you have wine, which we do not. The Monastery, gentle vapors, hostility decreased by 100. Ooh. Now, see, this also works with leisure. We needed to get a tavern. I really hope I wasn't an idiot and just passed on the tavern just now. If we're going to get a tavern anyway, there's not much benefit out of this. Though I love this. Reducing hostility by an entire level could be very good. However, if we're going to be doing grain anyway, we can make food. It's food or leisure. Which is it? Food or leisure? I think the answer is going to be the green brew. I can see that being useful under any circumstance. Literally any of them. So let's go ahead and build out a monastery. I also need to get this trade post up and running here because we need to make provisions. Probably using eggs or something. I don't really care too much. Just something. Let's go for like 12 for now or something. I don't care. Reason being, we do still have a mission for 5 trade routes. I may have sold enough amber worth of goods, but that's not enough in terms of trade routes. So let's get that going. We're also producing a whole load of jerky using our meat. That's great. Brickyard goes up. We will be able to make crystallized dew. I'll need vegetables or resin plus clay plus spark dew makes crystallized dew. Very expensive, isn't it? But it works. Bricks. Yeah, it's fine as is. Let's just go for this. All right. We've got a surplus of people. And, oh gosh, I've actually just realized I have a lot of unhoused people. We should probably do something about that. I want to crack into this. because the extra fabric production could be good. This is 30 seconds. We've got 1 minute and 42 seconds of this drizzle remaining. So let's see if this is worth any reputation. But anyway, yeah, I want to get this going. I also feel like we need to get another hearth somewhere. Over here isn't the worst, so we could set one up. If the stuff wasn't in the way, I could anyway. What about up over here? Yeah, we could do something like this. I'm good with this. Another hearth would be nice because it does reduce hostility. We have plenty of coal to go around, and it lets me have a little bit more elbow room as far as growing out my base. Gonna be cutting it a little bit close. The answer is no. We do not get reputation for that. That does not count as an event. Okay, fair enough. What else can I work on? Clothes? We did say we wanted to do that. That gets me options with a trade route. Yeah, let's go ahead and use some of our excess fabric in that direction, since I do kind of produce an absolute ton of the stuff. And then, yeah, during storms, I probably will turn on the green brew just to get this down to something completely reasonable, I think. Yeah, this is starting to feel pretty good. Things are looking actually decent right now. It could be better, but it also could be a heck of a lot worse. What kind of trade routes can I do? I can sell off the reeds I just got. I guess I'm fine with that. I don't need reeds. Sell some roots? Sure. 5 trade routes. That's what I need to do for our objective. 5 trade routes. I should also note making these coats is going to be very, very helpful for us. It doesn't take a ton of fabric to do. You get a lot of them. And it makes both beavers and humans a lot happier. It's like a win. Huge win. We have more reputation from some of our happy harpies. A brewery gets me ale. Yes. I guess that's okay. Sure, and even if I never find a tavern, we do get value out of this. All right, let's pick it up. Last round of orders. What do we get? Build a bunch of stone roads. Well, I don't produce stone on this map, so that's not going to be very great. That said, trade goods and luxury goods doesn't sound excellent either. I guess we'll do this, and hopefully I can buy a bunch of stone. Ancient tablets. Yeah, or a whole bunch of farms. Get global resolve plus some people. So, with enough grain production, this is doable. And the +3 resolve is just solid across the board. I'll take that one. Yeah, for once, I actually have enough humans and enough farms that we can do something with this. By the way, let's go over here. And let's real quick just assign people, get that down. Now we're down to only level 1. Much better. Now, I don't feel like I have to crack into a glade right now, but I also feel like I'm in a really good position to do so. So let's try assigning some people over here and see if we can crack into this right now and just find out what's going on. The blight rot's getting out of control. All right, we have got to deal with this soon. But all right. So in here, there is absolutely nothing. It's completely safe. Okay, false alarm, all is well. Another storm completed. We have fulfilled the need for clothing. Ah, excellent. I kind of forgot that I was working on that in the first place. Now we can get leather as well a little bit more efficiently. Cornerstone, calm the forest. Every time we complete one of these, we reduce hostility by 50. That's huge. Protected trade would be all right. I think that this is an obvious choice. Now, we don't know where the forbidden or the dangerous glades are, but if we stumble into them, they have a chance at working for me and not against me. I call that a win. Another trader comes through. Ooh, being really good at making simple tools could be huge for me. Time spent resting is reduced if you have clothing. That actually isn't bad either. Double yields under education, and then just faster woodcutting. We already have a 40% boost there. The advanced smithing is solid enough that I feel like this is an easy pick, so we'll do that. I do need to do one more trade route, by the way. We could sell a single part. I'll do that. It solves the issue. You know, I'll even sell a tool for the heck of it. Why not? But okay, so that's going to be done with the seller, so that'll be fine. We need a little bit more grain. Do you have anything that helps me fulfill objectives? Another wildfire essence. You know, we sold one earlier when we needed it, but now having another for a second hearth could be okay. Yeah, I kind of like that idea. And I'll sell off a bit of extra fabric to make it happen, because I'm very, very good at producing this. And you know what? Also some coal. I'm really good at making coal. I'll put coal in your stocking anytime. Does anything else here jump out as something I absolutely need? I mean, I could use some of them, but I don't think I'm willing to quite pay the price for them, so I think the answer is no. No, probably not. Let's go ahead and have a couple of harpies set on blight duty, because this is going to be a consistent issue. Let's make sure we're making plenty of coal. And everything else is looking really solid. The only thing that scares me right now is the hostility. That's it. I'm actually tempted to say we might need a second kiln just so I can make even faster coal. Because we're burning through a lot of it with a lot of industry now. It's not just the lumber. So I feel like doubling up on our production here is not a terrible plan. We're really close to having enough grain, by the way. That's almost a thing. And then I can start turning that into some ale. Need to find a tavern. Need to buy some stone. You didn't have stone, did you? Darn it. No, you did not. All right, well, it's fine. And we need a lot more farm fields. Like a lot of them. What the heck? Low on food. Yeah, noted. This is actually turning into kind of a huge problem. We need to get some more farms going, I think. Maybe to make some vegetables and stuff. Doesn't matter too much, but I desperately am going to need more food. We're probably not going to even have a chance to plant almost any right now. Yeah, we need to crack into more glades. I don't have enough food sources anymore. Even better, fabric production. Yeah, that is something we are definitely good at. All right, rain mill, we can turn grain into something. Yes, that's not a bad idea. The press could also be useful. Lumber mill, no. Cooperage, no. So I needed a tavern and all, but I kind of am leaning toward maybe getting something like a rain mill. We'll have the option to turn flour into something later. I don't know if there's anything I can turn it into now. I'm pretty sure no. But eventually, it lets me get a lot of resolve. We have enough grain, so I can finally turn this in. 5 more humans right now is actually not helpful, though. We should hold off on that. Certainly not when a storm's on the way and there's a chance of going up to something like hostility level 4. I just don't think that's wise. A little bit of last-minute jerky coming in here is helpful. Let's crack into this glade, find out what is going on. Please give me something with rewards I can actually use. And in the meantime, I've got 3 harpies on burning duty because the corruption's kind of out of control out over here. Where are you guys and what are you doing? Go burn down the blight cysts. There they go. There we go. Burn these things out of here. Keep that corruption under control. I would hate for this thing to actually go feral on me, so to speak. That'd be awful. Oh, good. We're probably going to lose a harpy or 2. Yeah, well. C'est la vie. It's not the worst thing in the world. My biggest issue is I have, like, no food. Okay, another ghost. This time it's for harpies. What is this? You serious? You want 14 cysts? Really? Really? Okay, hang on. Maybe stop burning them now. 14, though? That is so many. That's going to lead to serious problems, I'll tell you what. At least we have the stuff you need. What is this, by the way? The Forsaken Crypt. Oh, that makes sense. We're in a haunted forest. Lose resolve for every amber in my warehouse. Really? So I need to find a way to get rid of that, huh? Okay. When is the trader coming through? In 3 minutes and 55 seconds. Uh-huh. How much amber do I even have, actually, out of curiosity? 28, so I'll lose 10 resolve. That's too much. I will start losing a lot of stuff if I do that. Okay, we'll hold off. On the plus side, huge sources of meat. That's good. All right, we survived that, and we get some more people. What do I get? Oh, good, amber. At this point, fine, why not? We're gonna spend it all in a minute anyway. Cornerstone, Firekeeper's Armor. Combat corruption more effectively. Every burn cyst reduces extra corruption. Tempting. Ooh, pies, though. If I can find a way to start producing pie, the jerky on top of that will be outstanding. Let's do this. It gets me a fair bit more reputation. Not enough to actually, like, get me a building or anything, but there you go. And now I've got, you know, a whole load more people to worry about. Yay. Can I just, you know what? I'm going to spend the impatience and just have the trader arrive, like, right away. The faster we get this dealt with, the better. And I am going to take the risk here and hope that we can find a way to make this work. Do I keep the tablets? Incense? You know, incense not bad, right? Because we have a monastery. Yeah, I don't really produce much in the way of roots, but where can I find roots? Let me think. If there's any way of getting roots, that's actually pretty good for me. Our woodcutters camps produce roots. Yes, this will work. Okay, we're going to do this one, and we're going to go ahead and assign people here, and we're going to take a massive penalty to our resolve immediately for doing this. I might need to pull back on some woodcutters to try and get back to level 2 hostility, depending. We could also just burn a bunch of stuff, but honestly, I'm not feeling as good about my fuel as I might like for that. There's a trader. Let's spend some of this stuff. We can become unbelievably good at making coats. Like, unbelievably good. We could also start growing berries. Resolve for all villagers with a home. That works. Yes, do that. And do that. Problem solved. We have spent all of our amber. It is not scary anymore. No need to panic, anyone. We are good to go. Now, realistically, is there anything else that you have that I actually kind of, like, want? Maybe. Some food would be kind of nice, since we're very bad at having that right now. Let's trade some of our bricks. Maybe fabric? We'll sell a little bit of fabric. We'll sell a little bit of bricks. I'll do both. A little bit of both, and we'll just buy a whole bunch of insects. And with the insects, we'll start making some jerky. And the jerky will hopefully make my life a lot easier. I'm honestly not positive I'm going to be able to get these 14 blight rot cysts going. I mean, they grow over time automatically as you do industry, for sure. But that's kind of a lot of them, you know? That's probably way more than I want to deal with. We do have another reputation I can work with. Let's see. Okay, so the bakery would let me actually get the food I was talking about. I think that's a winner for us. Let's get a bakery. Let's start making a whole load of flour, and between some sort of food like meat, we can make pies, which also means jerky, which means loads of food, loads of resolve, and we're gonna win. That's the hope. Now, we do seem to be having some issues with resolve on the harpies. Why? Is it because we're out of food? Yeah, a lot of people are hungry. Also scared. Scared. Did I get some amber by accident? Oh, I did! The trade routes! Oh, right. Yes, okay. Well, good news is this will be dealt with in like 15 seconds. Also good news, I have a lot of spares. If you leave, it's not a big deal. I am worried about the whole hunger thing, but that seems to have solved the problem. Excellent. All good. Okay, here comes that storm I was afraid of. We're gonna go ahead and reduce the number of people who are working here to get down to level 2. It's still not enough. The harpies are on the verge of leaving anyway. The harpies are really having a hard time being happy. If you guys just waited a little bit longer, I'm not too far off of being able to make like some biscuits and stuff. Here comes some pies, some jerky, and all that stuff. You know, it's great. No, not good enough? All right, fine, leave me. See if I even care. We do have enough paved roads, at least. That's done. That's a whole load more tools. Done deal. All right, we're going to crack into a bunch of glades if I can. It's time. We need to find out what else is over here. This one comes to mind. That'd be perfect. Get over here, please, and chop that sucker down. Whether I get it done during the drizzle, I mean, I would like to get the extra reputation, but it's not the end of the world if I don't. I just want to find out what the heck is over here. All right, flame amulets. Actually pretty nice. Insects give pigment, maybe, and then, yeah. Let's go for the hostility reduction from woodcutters, so at least it's not as bad as it could be. And, oh look, a whole load more harpies. Yay, but what I actually need is pottery and food, so that's what I'm gonna go for. I feel like at this point, we should be more or less in the home stretch. We're producing a whole load of jerky and pies. Should be producing some biscuits. Yeah, the harpies are being a little bit problematic, but oh well. What do we have here? The ghost of a druid. Have harmony decorations. 15 of them. All right. Hold on. We can do that. We would need fire shrines. I can build a bunch of these. 15, you say? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I don't know. I'll find the others. Hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4. Boom. Build all that nonsense, and we'll just go ahead and make this ghosty goo happy. And we find another one. This is a small encampment. That means very little to me. Alrighty. Well, I don't really have any food to share, so that's kind of boring. Cut into this one. I've got all these tools. We need to use them, dang it. Use them to get some incredible stuff, especially for reputation. I'm not gonna lie, all these little decorations are kind of stupid. But all right, this ghost is gonna be happy. Oh, right, we need to select a good. Here's some spark too. There you go, be calm. Thank you. What do we get? Training gear, ale, amber, and pigments. Okay. I'll go pick it up, I guess. It's fine. Of course, it's old Farloof who comes by next. The guy who has, you know, no food. This is the thing that's killing me right now. The complete lack of food is really starting to hurt. You know what? Crack into another glade. I don't even mind. Crack open to all of them. Last reputation point. No sign of a tavern. Reroll. No tavern. Reroll. No tavern. Reroll? Of course not. Okay, well, Temple was okay. Yeah, I don't really produce any of the stuff that would be useful for it, but you know, it's there. Actually, all of these are terrible. All right, Temple it is. Literally, though, all of them are actually terrible. I regret everything. Okay, another spirit in this glade. Friendly advisor. Salvage ruins in glades. You know, that would be great. If there were any, I will happily do that for you someday. Just let me know when you see one. I'll wait. Well, we do at least have enough blight rot for the Mad Alchemist, so I'm gonna give up, I don't know, tools. I got plenty of them. Here you go. Drop your goodies. What do you got for me this time? Ooh. Hang on. Gain reeds and clay. Add coal for every 3 blight rot cysts burned, wine, and purging fire. So we're gonna go and immediately purge all of the cysts that she insisted were so important for our ecosystem. Silly ghost. All right, I'm gonna start burning through a lot of my coal stockpiles here. I want to keep this resolve high. I don't feel like losing anyone. We can drop down to 1 hostility. Coal is fantastic in so many ways, honestly. Who doesn't like having coal? Honestly, the kiln might be one of my favorite buildings in the game. It's just so useful. We have been taking a long time, by the way. This is 8 years in right now. 8 dang years. That's way too long. Hopefully last cornerstone. Better making grain. Okay, bakery is vast and leather. We'll go for grain. Oh, BK. Sad that I never got a tavern, but it seems like every time I want that, it just sort of never actually materializes. Let's cut into the last of these glades and see if there's anything I can crack open for some last-minute reputation. Because that's all that matters right now. Finding ways to get some dang reputation. All right, hang on. Here we go. The Harmony Spirit Altar is fantastic for us as far as reducing, or rather giving us a lot of resolve. We could also instead go for incense and stuff, but I kind of like this, so let's use tools. And we'll send people to go and work on this immediately. We will also rebuild this thing because that's what the ghost asked for, so we'll do that. And I don't care what the rewards are, we're gonna crack this open for some reputation. Bada boom. And over here we have another friendly ghost, a hooded knight, who wants some glade events solved. Do that and get a camp. Right, these ghosts are kind of fun, to be honest. I was a little bit skeptical and terrified, but I'm increasingly of the opinion that they're actually kind of cool. We're so tantalizingly close to winning. We're getting 0.31 resolve per minute there. I just need, oh wait, there it is. Packs of crops, we're done. Okay, that took way too long. 9 years is a long time to wait, but we got it. And bada boom. All right, scary cursed lands, but it paid off and we get a lot of awesome rewards out of the arrangement. Kind of happy with how that turned out for the most part. Sad to see that the tavern remains, you know, elusive, but okay. And I am falling very behind whoever the Brass Order is. They apparently did very, very well in their latest city. As far as upgrades are concerned, it would be really nice to get an extra embarkation point so that I would be able to actually take the Herbalist Hut. Also, this district level wouldn't be a bad thing to unlock too. Where can I get an embarkation point? Hello? You gave me the option of having something that costs 5, but you haven't yet shown... There it is. Wow, it's gonna take a while to get to this, huh? Really? I'm gonna go for the upgrade to the districts. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what benefit we get out of this, but I imagine it's pretty powerful, and I know how to build Harmony upgrades. That's not so bad. All right, I'm probably gonna play a round or two in my own time, try to farm out a little bit of extra, you know, food stockpiles, since we appear to be struggling a little bit. If I can work my way out over, let's say, here and stuff, 60 food is not too bad, and then we might be able to get 2 modifiers in a map. Ooh, wowza, that'd be kind of exciting. Thank you all very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If so, I would ask you to hit that like button, leave a comment, subscribe, hit that notify bell, and I will see you guys next time.